Okay, Nabil, this is a breakdown of your mock test results. I'm going to tell you the mistakes as they happened, okay? So here we started the mock test of this side road and your speed was really slow. If you see how fast you're moving, or how slow I should say, it's really slow. After making this turn, the road is clear of parked cars and your speed is really slow. So if you see down there, the speedometer, it's not completely accurate. So if you're doing 9, you're probably doing about 11 miles an hour. But 11 miles an hour or so down this road is a bit ridiculous, okay? I didn't give you a fault on this occasion because we just started the mock test. And in the actual driving test, this is what examiners will do. They will ignore it at the beginning, first few minutes. So you're going really slow here. If they wanted to, they could give you a minor fault for driving too slow. Okay, it would go under the appropriate speed box. Next, we stopped behind this white car to do the parallel parking. When you finished the parking, you were actually 1 meter away from the curb on the left. So you failed here. This is a serious fault. If you can't complete the maneuver, then you will fail. So my advice would be memorize the routine, okay, and get an understanding of what too far away looks like in the mirror, in the left wing mirror. Your next fault is here. We're approaching this traffic light, and what you should do is you should stop. When this line disappears from your view, you should stop. But you've actually gone forward about 1/4 of the way into this cycle box. So you must stop behind the line. Okay, so here I gave you a minor fault. Okay, so next time just stop behind the line. Now, after turning right at this traffic light, I've given you a minor fault for appropriate speed because you're just going too slow, okay? So there's no parked cars on your left. The road is quite clear. You can see if there's any pedestrians walking. Any danger, you'd see it. There's nothing blocking your view like a parked car. And you're going way too slow. If you see the speed, you're just going way too slow here. Okay, it's just way too slow. So here you definitely would get a minor fault because it's happened twice now. So if the examiner hasn't given the first one, this will be your first one. If they're given the first one, this will be your second time for going too slow. Okay, so you'll go under the appropriate speed box, going driving too slow when it's safe to do more. Now here came your second serious fault that you'll fail for. It comes under adequate clearance space. You've gone way too close to the silver car on your left. So here, there's enough space for 2 cars in that lane and this lane, but sometimes you won't be able to keep your car within the white line on this side. You're gonna have to go over the white line because maybe this silver color car is just too close to the line on this side. So to keep a safe space from the silver car, you have to go a bit over the line and maybe come back into your lane after you've passed the silver car if it's safe. We can cross this white line because it's a broken line. Okay, it's not a solid line. So as you came up to it, I've had to brake because I felt the wing mirror would touch the other wing mirror. Okay, so if I take you back a bit, if you see the silver color car is pretty much exactly on the line. That means his wing mirror is sticking out over the line. So if you drive exactly on the line as well, you might not touch the body of the car, but your wing mirrors will collide. Okay, and that's why I've had to stop you. When there's no cars coming the other way, you could have just gone into the other lane slightly and then come back to your lane. Or if you feel as if you can't go into the other lane, just stay back from the silver color car. Just wait back there, and then when the lights change, then you can move forward. Now here, you've made a mistake. I didn't mark it down because it was just a slight mistake. It's an improvement on last lesson. Last lesson, you got a serious fault for this. You went into this cycle lane. It was a solid line. Further on, there are no bollards further on. You can go over the line. You won't physically be stopped by a bollard, which you've done in the last lesson. And today, you've driven over the line. There's no need to. You should be able to keep off of that line and just in the center of the lane. So you see here, there's no bollards, this end part here. You drove over this line slightly. Okay, solid cycle lane, you cannot go over it. So right now you're driving over the line. And then further on again, here, You started off inside. Look, now you're inside the box. Actually, you know what? I should have given you a serious fault for this again, but I didn't want to dishearten you because you made the mistake last time as well. Okay, so here, this is actually a serious fault. All right, you've gone into the cycle lane again. So remember this. This is a solid line. You cannot go into here. You can easily keep your car inside your lane here. Okay, this from there to there is about 1 1/4 of the size of your car. You should easily keep your car here, still leaving a gap there and there. So here's a replay. Okay, so not only will you fail the test, you'll also get a £70 fine. Going into a solid cycle lane is the equivalent of going into a bus lane. You get a fine for this, okay? So if there's a camera nearby, you will get a fine for this. Okay, now by this point, we had started the independent driving, and see here, you're kind of going to cycle lane again. Okay, now we started the independent driving, and I told you to follow the sign for Woodford, okay? So there's the sign for Woodford. When you got to the end of the road, you asked me, where should I go? Which way should I go? Okay, so you need to follow signs, concentrate more on follow signs, okay? Now the next sign we're following is this one, still following for Woodford. Okay, Woodford says to turn left. You could have gone into the left lane more earlier. I don't know if you didn't know where you're going or if you realized later on, but you should have, see the left lane opens up here. You should move in now. But you've stayed in this lane behind the white car, and then very late on you moved into the left lane. You should move into the left lane as soon as it opens up. As soon as the curb opens up, you should have gone in then. What if there was a lot of traffic behind you, wanted to turn left? You would not be able to turn left anymore. Your next minor fault was stopping behind this car. You went very close to the car. From the driver's seat, you cannot see, like we could just about see the number plate, we couldn't see the bumper of the car. You've got to be able to see the floor and the back tires. So because the camera is sitting more higher than your eyes, the camera is showing you where you actually should stop, where you can stop, where you can see the floor and the back tires. But from where you were sitting, you couldn't see that, you were too close. Okay, so you've got a minor fault here for adequate clearance space. Your next serious fault was going into the bus lane. So here, there's a bus lane that's about to start, and the sign is here. The sign, it shows a picture of a bus, a cycle, and a taxi. So they're allowed to use the bus lane. There's no timetable. That means this bus lane is in operation 24 hours a day. You cannot go into this bus lane. So you've made a mistake, which a lot of people make. Okay, a lot of people make the same mistake here. They go into the bus lane too early. Okay, so actually they go into the bus lane. They shouldn't be going into it at all. Okay, you come into the left lane too early, is what I meant to say. So the bus lane still continues here again, which you notice, you did good there. But then here, I'll show you when, just now, yep, and I've had to stop you. You've steered to the left. You were about to go into the bus lane using this much of the bus lane. You will get a fine for this. You will get a bus lane fine if you do this. You must wait for the bus lane to finish, which is here where the white thick line stops. Then you go into the left lane to turn left. Okay, so I had to stop you and move the wheel out the way. So this is a serious fault. Your next fault is steering, lane discipline. We're turning left here, and there is 2 lanes, and you've gone over this central white line. Okay, you must keep it within your lane. Okay, you must keep it within your lane. If there was another car in the lane, this would be a serious fault. Because there was no one there, you'll get the benefit of doubt. It'll just be a minor fault, but this is not something you should be doing. Okay, now we're approaching a bend to the right here. So you've reduced your speed because you can't see around the bend, which is good. There could be anything coming around the bend. In fact, there is something coming. Now we can see clearly, and you're going too slow. Okay, here's where I told you you're going painfully too slow. You should be making progress up to the end of the road, getting to the giveaway and going left or right where you're going. Now you've done this 3 times. Okay, so if the examiner lets you off on the first one, then you've done it 2 times. If they haven't, then you've done it 3 times. When you do a minor mistake 3 times, you're risking a serious fault. So let's say this is a serious fault, okay? Something you need to learn from. If you go slow like this unnecessarily, you'll get a fault for going too slow. If you do it about 3 times, it builds up. It's a serious fault. Okay, now this is another mistake where we're turning right at this crossroad traffic light junction. So we need to go and wait in the middle. But what you've done is you've gone too far forward. So I think you should have stopped here. Just wait here to turn right. But you've gone further forward. And now the vehicle that's coming from in front of you, this one, if he wants to turn right as well, you've blocked him from coming into the junction. So you should only use half of the space and let them use half of the space. But you use kind of all the space. And they couldn't come into the junction. Okay, now as it happened, after we turned, they managed to turn as well, and nothing was dangerous about it. So I think you might get off with a minor fault, but it's not a good look. Okay, it's not a good look. Now, after we finished the mock test, we did another short one for about 10 minutes. The sat nav here said go straight on, then turn right at the roundabout. Okay, when it says go straight on, it means take this exit. When it says turn right at the roundabout, you don't need to know what exit you're taking. That's enough information to know that you need the right hand lane. Okay, so as soon as it tells you, you should move from this lane to the right hand lane to turn right at the roundabout. Okay, so it's told you to turn right at the roundabout. It tells you early enough for you to get into the correct lane when you approach the roundabout. I don't know why, you just haven't moved into the right lane. So it's told us for a second time we're going right to the roundabout, and you still haven't gone to the right hand lane. The right hand lane is clear, there's no one there, no one using the right hand lane. We're going right to the roundabout. You're still not going to the right hand lane. Now we're getting very close to the roundabout, it's getting busier. That's the 3rd notification, and now it's told us 3rd exit, but you can't get into the right hand lane anymore. It's too late. Okay, so you've been given plenty of notice. The examiner, if they verbally give you the instruction, they will give you plenty of notice as well. You need to get into the correct lane as soon as you know where you're going. As soon as you got the instruction, move into the correct lane. Okay, so now we can't turn right, 3rd exit, because we're not in the correct lane. The lane we're in, it only goes straight ahead. Okay, so I've advised you here to go straight at the roundabout, because that's the only thing that you can do now. It's not safe to move into the right hand lane because you're going to be obstructing other cars. You're going to be forcing them to stop so you can get to the right hand lane, so we cannot do that. Just stay in the middle lane and go where that lane takes you. Okay, so we can't turn right. So we're going into the middle lane and taking the exit straight ahead, 2nd exit. Now, throughout the roundabout, the right hand lane is still very busy. You can't see on the camera, but it was very busy. There's no chance to move into the right hand lane to turn right. So you just have to continue going straight, which is the wrong direction, but it's not a fault on the test as long as you do it correctly. Okay, so we come off by the 2nd exit, and now I've said we're going to go right at these traffic lights. Again, you've just not moved into the right hand lane. You've just stayed in your lane, continue straight. Okay, then I've told you you can't go right anymore because you've left it too late. Then we have to go straight. Okay, then here I've told you we're going to go right at the roundabout. And here you did move into the right hand lane very early. Good, well done. You've learned from the mistake. Make sure you learn it from now on. Okay, now I want to show you what you've done at the roundabout here. Okay, we're going right, and I've said we're going to go 4th exit. Okay, so when you approach the roundabout, you didn't give a right signal, so I had to prompt you to give a right signal. You must give a right signal if you're going right at the roundabout. And I said we're going 4th exit. So you have to count the exits down when you go in, okay? So the 1st exit is over there. That's the 1st exit there, okay? Okay, so 1st exit is there. We're taking the 4th exit. 2nd exit is there. 3rd exit is there, where that blue car's coming out from. 4th exit is here. But you've gone past it and you're now taking the 5th exit, which is here, which is the direction we came into the roundabout from. Not a problem if you go the wrong way, but what you've done wrong here is you've not checked your left mirror, you've not given a left signal, and there's 2 lanes here. You can see a white line here. There's 2 lanes. Here's one lane and here's another lane. You've just gone across this lane to that lane to come off the roundabout, and I had to take the wheel because there was a car driving right beside us. So here, see that movement? You've not checked the left mirror, you've not given a signal. As soon as you move to the left, I grabbed the wheel and I moved you back to the right here. Okay. I'm going to give you another look at that. Okay, so just see the movement. See that there? Okay, if I hadn't moved you, you probably would have crashed into that car. Okay. Now, what you're meant to do here, check your left mirror, give a left signal. Notice there's a car beside you, just beside us here, and then come off by the lane you're using the right-hand lane. Okay, the roundabout has 2 lanes coming off. This behind this black car and another lane here. You should just go this way and come off on the right-hand lane. If there's a car beside you, if there's no car beside you on the left, then you can check your left mirror, give a left signal, and then just come off behind this car. But you are switching lanes as you come off here. If you do this, so you can just come off on this side as well. Okay, so I hope you learned from this. Watch this video many times. Watching it once will not sink into your head. That's just the way it is. It's normal, same for everyone. If this video is specific to your driving, I would watch it 10, 15, 20 times. Get to know the roads, get to know what you've done wrong, okay, and study it very hard.